everyone, and welcome to another Heart to Heart. I'm going to tell you what I think this world needs, and I hope you stay tuned to hear what I have to say. I have a habit of stepping on people's toes, and I really don't mean to do so, but yet you can say I do make people think. Back everyone to my Heart to Heart. Today I'm going to share with you what I think this world needs. But you remember when we were in school how we were taught to have manners. We were always taught to think before we speak, and we were always taught to be respectful, open the door for people, say thank you, say please. We were taught to be respectful in so many ways. Men were taught how to treat a lady, and ladies were taught how to treat children and how to treat the elderly. We were taught all of these things in school, and it seems like it is a lost art. At least for me it seems that way. You know, I was born in 1970, and so I still remember the days when we had home ec class and we had health class, and we were taught all of these things about manners. We were taught how to set a table properly. We were taught how to sit down for a meal. We were taught all these things, and while I'm 50 years old, I may be a little bit of an old school for some people. A lot of you, I think, understand where I'm coming from. So what do I think this world needs? Well, keep listening, because I'm sure you're going to find out by the end of this video. It seems like we live in a world where people are downtrodden. You know, the older we get, the more responsibilities we have in life, and the harder life hits us. Some people were dealt with really bad cards in their life, and they feel it, and it's on their shoulders. Some people forgot what it was like to have manners and forgot what it was like to live in an era where people did respect one another. I don't see a lot of that these days. Now, I won't get into politics and I won't get into any of that, but there's such little respect. There's such little manners these days. And sadly, it's from all generations, not just the millennials. Millennials get blamed for everything, but you know what? I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm seeing it no matter what age it is. And I find it really sad. You know, we live in a world where there is no absolute truth. What's right is wrong, and wrong is right, and whatever you think is right, and whatever you think is wrong is wrong. There's no absolute truths. There's nothing that you can say is truth. Now, while I can get on a soapbox and I could really start sharing my thoughts, I do try to censor myself in a way because I try to be understanding to everyone. But sometimes it is really hard. Those of you who don't know about my channel must be new to it because I am ultra-conservative. I was born and raised that way. Those are my roots, and those are my thoughts, and those are my beliefs. What does that mean? I can let you try to figure that out. But really, in my life, I try to be kind to everyone. I try to show respect and love and kindness to everyone. That's what I'm about. I've always been that way. And you know what I think this world needs? I think this world needs a little bit of kindness. You know, it doesn't take much effort to smile instead of frown. Frowning takes more muscles than it does to smile. And when somebody does something that you don't quite approve of, are you mean and nasty about it? Or do you kindly, respectfully give your opinion? Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of that. You know, when I was just a homemaker and my four walls were my home and my children were the only influence I had, plus my in-laws and my parents, life was really different. I guess you could say I'm a woman of the world now, so to speak. Even though I'm still only with my four walls, my camera is out in the world, and boy, am I seeing a lot of it. One thing I realized in the last 4 years, and it's getting worse each year, I'm seeing a lot of disrespect. I'm seeing a lot of people that just say whatever they think. They don't care what they say. They don't care if they're mean or nasty or vile. They don't care how they treat someone else. They don't have no filters. And that's really sad, because in life we all need filters. I need filters. I am a very non-aggressive person, but even I need filters, and I need to check myself once in a while before I say something. A lot of times people will come on my channel and say, oh, well, I'm hesitating with what I say and I'm scripted. No, it's not scripted. It's me trying to think first before I speak. because I know the words that I say are something that's very important. Every word that I say to you guys, especially in my heart-to-hearts, is extremely important to me, because what I say, you hear it. And so sometimes I do pause, I do think a little bit, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to think before we speak. Sometimes I could say something and it would be in a totally wrong context, but because I didn't think first, I didn't say it right. More and more I'm getting used to just speaking in front of the camera and not thinking quite so much, but on my heart-to-hearts, you still will find me pause and because I really am trying to think the right words to say, because I want to get my message out clear. In this world we live in, people love to take you out of context. Oh my word, you'll say one thing and they'll totally turn it around to something different. I guess that's the world we've always lived in now, isn't it? But what I'm realizing is, in life we need to be respectful. We need to be respectful. We can always share our point of view and always stay true to ourselves. But we don't need to call people names and be nasty to them. That's not getting you anywhere. Every time I do something that somebody doesn't like, they throw the Christianity card at me. Well, you're a Christian and you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. That's one thing that's been very difficult for me. Because if I say something they don't like, that's what they do. They throw out that card. And then what do I say? Then it makes me think a little. But you know, they will do that because that's all they have to say. And so, while I do share my life with people and I do share my thoughts and my feelings, I always try to be respectful. I wish a lot more other people would be that way. But you know what I'm finding out in these last 4 years? Every year, people are looking for a place that is kind, a place that's safe to be at, and a place where it's very peaceful and uplifting. And that's where I come in. Because I'm realizing more and more there's a group of people that just want to be a place where it's very kind and uplifting. I mean, who doesn't want to be uplifted? Surprisingly, there are some people that don't want to be uplifted. Can you believe that? Oh, it's very hard for me to realize. There's actually some people who feed on negativity. I can't imagine how that would work. Negativity takes so much of your time and energy. Being positive is so much easier. But not everybody is a positive person. Some people have to work really hard on it. I think I was born with a smile on my face. I've always been one that's been positive. I can't imagine being negative, at least not for very long. I realized positivity is something that I was born to do and to share, and that's what I like to do. You know, the breath of fresh air. Now this video isn't all about how I can do this and how I can do that, and it's condemning others. Not at all, because I realize in life that I need to watch what I say and always make sure I come across as being respectful. It's very hard sometimes when you're lashed at and people say things to you to always be respectful to them. I will be respectful, but you know what? I've done what you all told me. I just go burp and I delete it. I've gotten quite used to that, and it's quite liberating. You know, in the past, I was always trying to please everyone and trying to make everyone understand my point of view. But like you said, in life, there's always going to be people that don't want to see your point of view. And that's okay. But you know what? Why don't we bring back all of the lessons that we learned as children? Why don't we bring back manners? Bring back etiquette? Bring back all of these things. Respect. Bring them back. Our elders are being disrespected every day. You know, our veterans and all of these people. Are we showing respect? Are we doing the things that we should be doing? Are we having good etiquette? Are we treating others how we would want to be treated? Are we doing all these things? Have they gone out of style? Come on, let's bring the old-fashioned way back to life. You know, the old-fashioned life really wasn't all that bad. I know, in the new age that we're living in, people scoff at that and they think it's horrible. You know what? I think it's really good, and I miss it. But you know what? We can bring it back in our own lives. We can bring it back. We can be positive. We can be respectful. We can think before we say something. And if something disagrees with us, we can kindly walk away. We don't have to go into the bickering of calling names with one another. We don't have to do that. It takes a lot of perseverance, and it takes a lot of maturity, and it takes a lot of self-will. But we can do it, right? Can't we? So, that's my heart-to-heart for today, and most of you understand where I'm coming from. Maybe a few of you don't at all, and that's okay, because we all have our personalities and our point of views. For me, I like the old way of living. I like the old-fashioned way of living. I like to bring back the traditions of my childhood. Although some of them I wouldn't condone to this day and age. There's a lot of it I would, and it seems like we're missing out in the past life that we had. It seems like maybe it's time this world needs to go back a little bit to the morals that we had when we started. Disclaimer, these are my thoughts. This is my life, and these are the things that I'm thinking about today. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And let's go on with positivity and kindness and respect and love. You know what? If we'd all did that, we could make this world a better place in a heartbeat.